Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, I wanted to reach out. I wanted to kind of just do a follow up to the meeting that we had earlier this month, or maybe it was the end of last month. It was right before the holiday, and we kind of all got together. It was a great meeting. I think there were like 15 of us on there, which is awesome. And we kind of discussed a new approach to running our Beachbody businesses. And I wanted to just kind of touch base on that again. I know that many of you are also in some of the other groups, like Shannon's group, which is the Team Pure Results group, which I am also a part of. And I did work with Shannon for quite some time, creating the trainings and whatnot that are used there and the concepts. And I know that there are a lot of very successful coaches that use those practices to gain traction in their business. But what I wanted to do was try to come at it from a little bit different angle. Where basically you have one set of training, the getting started right, those trainings, even the Coach Basics training, doing them in a Facebook group can be beneficial if you can get interaction and you can keep everybody in the group that is in that group on pace. What we have found, and I know that many of you that have done this, what we found is that those groups can be kind of cumbersome. And that is why I'm working on the app and a way for you to be able to just log in and be basically walked through what needs to be done as far as, setting up your websites, getting your EFT management set up, doing the trainings, getting to know information as far as like what is Success Club and, all of those different things. There's a ton of information to learn about being a Beachbody coach. But what I have found is that the best way to learn all of that stuff is truly to just jump in and do. And so that's why I came up with the idea of, instead of having a training for, getting started right, instead of having all of these different trainings, that we would follow, basically the top coach on our team, which is Bob Lucido. He is at the top of the pyramid, I guess you would call it. He's basically the top of the chain. All right. He is, there's one coach above him that was a founding coach, and then there's Bob Lucido. And Bob Lucido, as most of you know, is in the Millionaires Club. He has over 30,000 coaches under him. He knows what to do to build a successful business. Now, with that being said, there are tons of different ways to build this business, and no one way is the right way. You can branch off and do anything that you want to do, and I think that that is great. If you have an idea that you think is going to fly and that you think is going to help you personally, help your coaches, and help your clients get the best results, then by all means, I sincerely encourage you to do that. And I encourage you to share that with the group as well. But if you've been struggling with your groups, if we all struggle to start with our free challenges. Now, the thing that I think about the free challenges is that's where we truly make our connections with people. That's where we truly are able to connect with someone and help them see and help them believe that they can do anything it is that they want to do, that they can reach their health and fitness goals, that they can be the shining star that they always wanted to be in whatever area of their life they want to improve. Okay, so that's just kind of my basic opinion, is that we have so much trouble getting people to participate in the groups to begin with, that it's difficult to run these groups. And I feel like that sometimes, sometimes those groups can be a detriment to some extent, because if you have some people that are moving along and some people that aren't, then the people that aren't they get discouraged because they're not as, they've fallen off track. They don't know where everybody's at. It's hard to find where they're supposed to be. I mean, that's kind of why I'm pulling away from running my business personally that way, because I feel like the way that I can help my coaches is to basically plug them into the trainings that they need. And I personally believe that the trainings that Beachbody has provided are very good trainings. I do plan on making my own videos for some of the videos that are used in the Coach Basics and the getting started trainings and whatnot that are back there that Beachbody's put together for us. But while we're working on that, I do believe that what Beachbody has put together is very valuable information. Okay, the coaches that come onto your team can easily tap into that section, the training section in your Coach Online office, and they can figure out exactly step by step how to create their Beachbody profile, how to create their websites, how to set up their EFT management, how to do all of the things that they need to do to get set up to do business. Okay, so then from there, it's our job to basically put the tools in their hand to say, here's what you need to do. And basically, those things, and maybe I need to do a better job of putting that in a document for each and every one of us. But basically the person needs to open for business. And that's where I see the free challenges. You announcing that you are a coach and that you're going to do this challenge, even if you just start off, that's why when I have a coach start, I always ask, can I post on my wall and tag you? Can I publicly announce that you've joined our team and that you're a Beachbody coach? That's one way for us to announce to the world that, hey, guess what? I'm doing this thing and I'm going to be great at it and it's going to be amazing. And I hope that everybody is as excited about it as I am, because join me, it's going to be awesome. Okay. That's kind of the idea, is that you need to open for business. So that's just a very basic thing. We don't need any training for that. We just need to decide in our minds that this is something that we're going to do, that is something we're not embarrassed of. It's something that we're not afraid of. It's something that we know is changing our lives and is going to change the lives of all the people that we touch. So the person has to open for business, okay? And then you have to do your free challenges. To me, the free challenges are what sets you into the mode of, I am here to help you. And it basically puts you in front of people. If you are not in a position yet to do Facebook ads, that's okay. You can basically start with the people that you currently have on your friends list in Facebook. If not, I highly encourage working on doing some ads. For me, it is what has grown my business. And, anytime you have a business, you have to invest in that business. I think that that's one of the things that happens with being a Beachbody coach, is that there isn't much of an investment other than your time. And basically, you bought a program in Shakeology that is just helping you anyway. So you're not out anything if you don't move ahead, other than what you could succeed in making your life better from a financial side, and what you could succeed in building yourself up, knowing that you are changing the world one person at a time, for every single person that you help get healthy and fit, for every single person that you help start on this journey of being a Beachbody coach. So let me get back to the process. So I just, again, want to really kind of go over the process that I see in my mind. And I really want your guys' feedback. If you don't think that this is the way to do it, then by all means, do something different. If you want to follow the other trainings and you want to do that, then that's great. Just let me know. If you find a different way and you think that there's a better way to do it, let me know. We can come up with different ways for you to approach this business. But in my mind, the way that I see it, and I'm going to kind of check some of my notes here, but basically each day I'm going to post the checklist. I thought that we had a bunch of people that were really on board to roll with this particular idea. And I was hoping that we would have some people, more people. Obviously, we've had some people that are actually doing it. But I even stopped for a week posting the checklist, and not one person said, hey, where's the checklist, Trisha? And so, it's like, okay, do we want to do this? And I know that you do. And I know that there's a bunch of stuff that gets in your way. I mean, I even, I'm in even another group, which is Hank's group, which is the group above Team Pure Results. So Hank is Shannon's coach, and then Shannon is my coach. And he wants me to post in his group in order to stay in there. He's actually talking about kicking people out that do not post their accountability for the day. And I honestly don't do that, because I know that what I'm doing with you guys is my accountability. Now, with that being said, I should just copy and paste my stuff over there so that I can, continue to be a part of that group. But I'm not kicking anybody out of here, okay? That's not what I'm about. You have to decide if you want this. You have to decide if this is what you want to do. Do you want to succeed in this or not? And I know that we all have a lot of stuff that goes on in our lives. I've done my Real Talk videos. I have tons and tons of things that, keep me from being as successful as I should be. And I acknowledge them, and I accept the fact that that is what it is. And it's not that I don't have the time. I don't have the time, but I have to make the time if I want to do these things. It's, another excuse is my depression, and, the things that I have gone through in my life that, really should have just dismantled me and put me in the corner. I've been there a few times where I felt like the weight is just too strong. It's too big for me to carry. And, that I wanted to just give up and that it wasn't important. But I have never given up. Here I am almost 3 years from, a little over 3 years from the time that I started using Beachbody programs. It is almost 3 years. I started in March of 2012 is when I started working out, but it was end of 2013 when I really started working my business. And I'm still here. I haven't given up. I may have had setbacks, but there's no way I'm giving up on this. Even this weekend, I had the thought of, maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe, maybe what I'm doing isn't worth it. Maybe no one wants to follow along. Maybe I don't have what it takes to lead the team. But you know what? I'm going to throw that out because I know that we can be amazing. I've seen it. I've seen every single one of you make progress towards your goals, whether it's health and fitness or from the business. I know that each and every one of you are amazing and can do this. So my idea is basically I post the recap each day, all right, or the checklist, basically a post that reminds you that you need to be working your business, okay? You personally have to decide what you have as far as time and what you are going to commit to it each day. So like I've said before, if you can't do everything on the list, that's okay. Just do something. You need to decide how much time you're going to put into this business, and you need to set your business hours. You have to decide, when am I going to work on my business? And this is one of the things that Bob talks about in the 90 Days to Diamond training. When are you going to work on your business? And then you need to stick to that, because if we just think that we're going to just fit it in here or there, it's not going to work. You couldn't say, well, I'm just going to show up to my job whenever I show up and then have that be okay. All right. The problem with that thought process is that working for yourself, yes, you get to decide when you get to show up, and it can be flexible, but you have to have a plan. You can't just roll at it and go, well, whenever I do it, I do it. It's not going to work that way. You have to commit something, even if it's just 15 minutes a day or 2 hours a week, or whatever it is. You have to commit something to this endeavor. You have to say, this is what I'm going to do, and then you have to stick to that, okay? And I'm not judging, because I do the same thing. I've had the same struggles, and that's why I'm here telling you this. That's why I'm telling you I know that you can do this, and that it is something that you can do. All right, so I post the checklist each day. Each day, that's your reminder that you need to do the things that you need to do. So that's your reminder. If you have not gone through the Beachbody trainings, they're in your online office. That's your reminder to go in and check one out. Most of them are less than 10 minutes long. You can go in, hop in there, check out the video, and then, remember where you're at tomorrow, check out the next video. Getting started right is about meeting with your coach. So every one of the coaches here on this team, if you have not spoken with me on the phone, where we've discussed your goals, figured out what it is that you want to do, figured out a plan for how you're going to get there, we need to do that. And if you are one of my coaches that is a coach of one of my coaches, if that makes sense, if you haven't done that with your coach, you need to. And if your coach isn't active and you want to do that with me, I'm here to help you. I will help you. So basically, the getting started right, the idea is, so let me back up. The idea is that you sponsor your coaches, okay? You bring them in, you have a conversation with them on the telephone. Now, I do a lot of my interactions via Facebook, but there's nothing better than sitting on a Zoom call where you can look at someone and see them, and they can see you, and you can see their passion, and they can see your passion, or at least hear it on the phone. I highly recommend the Zoom calls. But sit down and go over the fact that they need to print out the Getting Started Right form that's in that back office under the training. It's part of the Getting Started Right training. They print out that form. You guys can, you can even have just a quick conversation that says, here, print out this form, go through these things. It has them go over their goals. It has them set their business hours. It shows them, where all the training's at and everything. And then you guys could get back on the phone and go over what they've come up with. Once they've done that, then they just need to go in there and they need to, go through that training, how to set up your profile, how to set up your websites, all of that stuff. They need to set up their EFT management. Those are the basic things that they need to get their Beachbody business running. Then I believe the next step is to have them get out there and do the free challenge. Now, to me, these are things that should be happening simultaneously. If the sooner a person can get going, the better. So if you have the Getting Started Right call, you have them working on their goals, you have them do the few little bits of training to get their website set up, and you have them start a free challenge, that should take less than a couple hours in the first week that they start. Okay? We don't need to have them come and check into a group once or twice a day, that can become overwhelming. But what we need is that accountability part. And that's where my checklist comes in. And that's where this group, and if you want to do this in your own group, then that's great too. They do not have to be in the Team Life Without Limits group. You can do it in your own group. But basically posting that checklist to say, these are the things that you need to do to build your business. And those things come from Bob Lucido. Those are the things that come from Bob Lucido and Beachbody that you need to do in order to reach your goals. So you go through the checklist, you do as many of those things as you can each day, and then you come back into the Team Life Without Limits group and you post your recap. That's your accountability. That's your, hey, I'm here. That's, hey, I want your help. That's, hey, I am moving my business forward and I want to grow. All right. So then from there, basically after that, we obviously need to, the things that are on the checklist are the vital behaviors. They're the doing your workout. They're the, drinking your Shakeology. Those are just givens. Those should just be things that you and your coaches are doing because that's for you. That's you. That's just you. That's your thing. That's to help you be healthy and fit. That's to help you live a longer life, to get rid of your migraines, to get rid of your, diabetic problems, your, whatever it is, you see it over and over and over, the miraculous things that happen when we use these programs. And then tap into the 90 Days to Diamond training. So the 90 Days to Diamond training is, to me, why not follow the person who's in the Millionaires Club? Why not follow the person who has been doing this since they started, essentially, who has quit his six-figure job being a lawyer? It's not that he wasn't making enough money doing what he was doing, and obviously he's making more money now than he did then, but he quit his six-figure job to do this because it gives him time. It gives him freedom to do the things that he wants to do. So that's amazing to me. Why not follow that model? And that's why I say the 90 Days to Diamond training is the backbone to what you need. It is the basic training. And we don't need to have 1,000 different trainings of let's do this and now let's do that and then over here and then over there. I think that we need the basic nuts and bolts, which you will get from the 90 Days to Diamond training. And that's basically one call per week. And you can download a podcast app to your phone, and you can access those audios from those calls if you can't make them live. Okay. So I highly recommend doing that. I mean, there's just one call a week. And so I'm trying to streamline it to where it's do these vital behavior things, do the one call a week to get your inspiration and your motivation and the keys to what it is that you need to be doing to grow your business. And then you get that in less than an hour once a week. And then, he obviously recommends different things for you to do throughout the week from that. But to me, that just seems like, cut and dry, just very simple, one call a week. There you go. Now, so basically once we get through the 90 Days of Diamond training, and if you have more time, if you are like, yeah, I'm ready to go, heck, I can hook you up with a ton of different videos that will give you insights into how to find more people, how to, run your business, how to get better personal development. I can hook you up with different personal development avenues. I can hook you up with a ton of different things to do for training if you are looking for more training. But it's my understanding that no one in this group is up to date. I still have to do last Mondays. I'm basically a week behind every week. So each Monday I've been doing the previous week's call. And that's okay because I'm sticking with it. I've tried to do this training like 6 times and I've never gotten through it. And I've learned so much by going through it this time. The keys, the little nuggets of things that just kind of click and make you go, yeah, you know what I mean? I can do this. And that's going to make that easier. The personal development things that he recommends you do are amazing. And they're things that you can plug in for the rest of the week. Okay. So then after the 90 Days of Diamond, again, we will, then start adding in other stuff. If you've got time to get on the Monday and National Wake Up Call now, great. But if not, make your priority the 90 Days to Diamond call. And then you can always go back. All of those 90 days or all of those Monday morning wake up calls are available. They are recorded and you can tap into them. Even if you tap into the Pure Results calls, and I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination for you to change what you're doing, but if what you're doing is overwhelming you and if what you're doing isn't getting you where you want to go, let's streamline it. You can always tap back into the recordings from the Pure Results calls. You can always tap back into the recordings from all of the calls. That leads me to the weekly Q&A call. So I know I said 1 call per week, but I truly believe that part of what makes a team successful is the connection. It is the camaraderie. It is the family feel that we have people in our corner, that we are here together doing something amazing, that we can see what the other people's desires and goals are. We can see that fire that another coach has, and you can tap into that and be like, oh yeah, man, I'm going to do this too. That is what has been the most beneficial to me, is tapping into you guys, tapping into the people that say, here's what I want to do. And that gets me excited. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's do this. That's what's going to take you places. Okay. It's not, they talk about the people, and I think it is in the Just Do It video. He talks about how there are people that have to have things perfect, that the smart people will have to get all the training, have to figure out every single thing before they can, move forward and be a success. Where other people that maybe aren't as dedicated to that, aren't as smart business wise and whatnot, I guess I'll say, they just do it. They just go out and just do it. Just do the things that are going to get you to where you want to go. You don't have to have the perfect process. You don't have to have everything in line. You just have to do something. Okay. And whatever that is, whatever you've decided, whether it's you're going to work for 15 minutes a day, 5 days a week, or you're going to work for an hour a day, or you're going to work for 3 hours a day, or you're going to work for just 2 hours a week. Obviously, the more often you check in, it's like they say, you can't do one of the workout programs. You can't come in on Saturday and do all of the workouts from the week on Saturday and get results. So there's some truth to that with the business as well, because it's got to be kind of a steady, let me bring more people in, let me talk to more people. It's really hard to kind of cram it in all in one day. But with that being said, if one day is all you got right now and that's what you've committed to, doing it that one day and committing to doing it that day every week is going to get you where you want to go. So tap into the weekly Q&A call. Tap into seeing all the other coaches on our team that have committed to doing something. Listen to their questions. Their questions may answer questions for you, things that maybe you haven't thought about yet that will open up ideas for you. I used to be a part of this group where we would, once a week, we would get on a call and everybody would ask questions. And I stopped doing that. And what I noticed was that I was totally missing out, because every time, even though I didn't have questions, the times that I did hop into that call, it was just a little bit of that fire that I needed. There were questions that were being asked that helped me. But more than that, it was just being connected with other like-minded individuals that wanted more out of life, that want to do something else than what they're doing, that want to have all the things that they want to have so that they can do the things that they want to do, whether that's go sit on a beach with your toes in the sand or help the homeless or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You do not need to be worried about what anybody else thinks about why it is that you want to do this. And I don't care why you want to do this. Whatever your reason is amazing, because it's what you want. It's what's going to make you happy. And in the end, that's what's important. Okay, that is what is important. And so as we go through this, I really hope that I can get you guys on board with me to see that this, I think, could be a really great way to do this, And as you grow, you may have to, when you start bringing in 10 coaches a month or something like that, yeah, you may have to streamline it. You may have to have, the groups and hope that you can get everybody to tag along. But I truly believe that we don't have to have the extra groups in order to get where we want to go. We need the one-on-one call in the beginning. We need to get someone set up with the mindset of here's what you have to do. You have to tap into this group. You have to do these vital behaviors every day. You need to go through this 90 days to diamond training. You need to do your recap each day. You need to check in on the weekly call. Okay. That, if you get the people to do that, if you get them out the door that, hey, here's where your training's at and it's in your online office, go through the steps. Again, I'm working on the app. You'll be able to plug people into that soon. Then from there, they need to tap into the 90 days of diamond training. Then from there, they need to be doing, again, all of this kind of needs to be simultaneous as far as the free challenge, because I believe that the sooner you get out the box and say, hey, let's do a free challenge, whether it's water or walking, push-up challenge, a plank challenge, whatever it is. I mean, we've got tons of different challenges for people to do. I think that if we let go of that group, that's where we can potentially fail. But I think that you will find that in that situation, in our free challenges, the reason that I see them differently and the reason that I say, yep, keep posting because people are listening, is because that's your first interaction. That's the place where people are being cultivated. Where these other groups, the Getting Started Right, the other trainings that we're doing, they're one time, they're 1 week, they're 1 month, and then they're over. And a person looks at that and they go, oh, I fell off the wagon. I got to start over. I'll just wait till the next one. And then they do the next one. Oh, well, there'll be another one. I'll just wait till the next one. Where in this situation, you set them up for success because you say, here's the training. Go through it at your pace. I am here for you. Let me help you. Go through the training. Doesn't matter how fast or how slow. Basically, it does matter because it will determine your success and how fast you get there. But if you aren't under this situation of, oh, I've got a week and I have to do all these things in this week, then you aren't putting that pressure on a person. And I personally don't believe that those things, those pressures of, oh, yep, you got to go through this. And if you don't go through this, you're not going to, I don't believe those pressures make anybody do anything that they wouldn't do. Okay. People that are ready to rock and roll and that are going to skyrocket are going to skyrocket no matter what. Okay. They're going to skyrocket even if you don't do anything. Now, what you do is by you interacting with that person and you showing them the way and you being there for support and motivation and accountability will help to push them along and help them to see that their goals can be reached quicker. And it'll put that fire. It'll make them think, okay, yes, I can do this. I can, let's go. So, I just really wanted to reach out to you guys. I know this weekend I wasn't feeling well, so I really do appreciate all the people that, have fought through with me for that 15, 20 minutes or whatever it was that we talked. It seemed like it was like an hour. I literally was sweating to death, and I was doing everything that I could to keep from getting sick. So I appreciate those of you that did join. And I know that we didn't get through a lot. We really just kind of touched base and had that little bit of accountability to say, yes, I'm here. We discussed where everybody was kind of at. And I really, again, every time you guys show up with me, that pushes me even harder. Okay. It makes me feel like what I'm doing is important. And I know that we can get where we want to go if we all just stick together and just do this. So I'm looking forward to your feedback. I am open to having personal conversations with you. If something in this call struck you as odd or offended you, or you don't like it or you love it or whatever, I'd love to hear your comments. We could do that personally on the telephone. We can do a Facebook chat. We can do a Zoom call. I'd love to connect with you. I really want to see you guys succeed, and I truly am trying to give you the most streamlined process to get there. And I think that if we stick together and we do this, we can really come out on the other end with something pretty amazing. I know a lot of people are doing the groups, and it is beneficial to a lot of people. But I really want to give this a try because I think that it will cause you the least amount of stress. It will give you the easy 1, 2, 3 way, follow this, breadcrumbs to the end. And if you do the things every day, I think, there's no reason that you can't be successful. And I know that every single one of you here is amazing and can do this. So I look forward to hearing from you. Can't wait to reach out, can't wait to have you guys reach out to me and let me know what you think. If you guys want to do more one-on-one stuff, let me know. I'm game for that. I'm here for you, okay? I want to see you grow. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you be the best that you can be, and I want you to be the happiest, healthiest, most fulfilled version of you that you can be. So who's ready to live their life without limits? I hope you guys have a great day. Again, reach out to me. I really, 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 really want to hear from you guys, and I really want to see you guys on the weekly calls. I promise you, we will grow into an amazing team, and we'll be that team that everybody's going, well, what are they doing? What are they doing? I know it can happen. So hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to let you guys go. Talk to you soon.